Today I would like to talk about Mars and Rahu conjunction, which is happening in early April 2021. In fact, it would happen on March 28th, 29th, 2021. This conjunction is called Angarak Yoga in Vedic Astrology, which is one of the most dreadful conjunctions with respect to attacking and handling enemies, dealing with enemies. This conjunction is very auspicious if it happens in Malfic houses, Dusthana 3, 11 and 6. Especially people who have Mars and Rahu conjunction in 6th house, they always show intense fight and hatred feeling against their enemies. So sometimes this would lead to a physical assault also. Rahu and Mars combination energy, it might make a person to physically attack his enemies. So this conjunction produces some imbalance, intensifying and uncontrollable energy. So irrespective of what house actually this happens, the energy that is produced out of this conjunction is properly needs to be channelized. So let us look at individually what is Mars and what is Rahu, what are they signifying. So Mars is for energy, courage, initiation, blood, immunity, battles, fights, vehicles, lands, properties. And Rahu is known for desire, obsession for material things, greedy, cunning, and he has this capability of absorbing the energy of planet with which he joins, or he absorbs the energy of the house lord in which Rahu is actually positioned. So Rahu has many capabilities. So I could say Rahu is most powerful. So Rahu Mars conjunction, this conjunction would produces a double Rahu energy. So Rahu energy gets amplified, Mars energy gets amplified because of this conjunction. So what it means to an individual, like they are conjuncting in Taurus sign, which is the second house from zodiac Aries. So this sign, Taurus sign, so basically it stands for sensuality, beauty, women, decorations, and because being a earthy sign, it represents wealth also. It is capable of giving a lot of wealth if the Karaka for wealth actually is positioned in this house, in this sign. So Mars and Rahu, they would be together for I think more than 15 days, within 5 degrees actually. So what it implies to an individual, like starting from Aries. So for Aries moon sign bones, this conjunction would be happening in the second house. So the second house is a house of speech, money, self-expression, bank position, and their food intake. So these people might see some money loss. They end up with quarrels, heated up arguments, because this is house of speech. So Malpik in second house makes a person very harsh at speech, and also their food habits won't be good. So they have to keep a tab on these things, because these are the elements actually that get into limelight when this conjunction happen in their second house. And also they feel lack of peace in the family, because second house also stands for family. And for Taurus people, because this conjunction is happening in the sign itself, in the moon sign itself for Taurus born people. So this is very important for Taurus born people. If they have any existing health issues, prolonging health issues, they need to double check their health to make sure everything is normal. Because Mars always, when Mars actually he is with malfix like Rahu, or he's not well positioned, he could create blood related problems, problems related to blood circulation. It could be low blood pressure or high blood pressure, or nervousness or fitness, fits or fit. Fits is one kind of disease. Anything related to blood flow, blockage of blood. So they need to make sure they take proper advice from doctor and medication. And also this conjunction, because it is happening in their sign, so they feel lack of what I say motivation. They feel as hesitated rather, and they lose their patience, endurance levels. So it is very important that they need to control this energy, because there is this conjunction Mars and Rahu, they're going to produce a lot of imbalance. So especially when it comes to making decisions, debating with others, and health issues. So these are the areas they have to actually take care of. So for Gemini, because this conjunction would be happening in 12th house, usually Mars in 12th house produces significant Mangal dosh, so which is called Mars dosha. So Mars along with Rahu, so basically this dosha gets amplified. So because this is in a 12th house, they have to make sure they are not prone to addictions, depression, and they take proper care of their health, diet, and it's better to avoid any disputes, anything related to court disputes or legal battles. So that will not be right time for them. When Mars and Rahu conjunct in their 12th house, they should actually postpone their any legal cases. And for Cancer, this conjunction would be happening in 11th house, which is most auspicious. So they would find new opportunities. They see bigger network of friends, resources. That will be good time for them. The conjunction time will be auspicious for them to buy new vehicle, or get into a new home, buy a new home, or make investments. So for Leo, this conjunction would be happening in the 10th house. So 10th house is house of career, fame, and father's resources, and younger sibling of wife. So 10th house is known for many things, and also 10th house is also called Manasthana. So there are actually some houses from where you can read your intellect, which is 5th house, and your mind has to be read from 10th house. So when these two planets conjunct in their 10th house, so they feel a lot of frustration, like they feel agitated. They should not get into any heated up arguments. One thing, if they are in any career, it would be very good for service, this combination, because Mars is for initiation and Rahu amplifies that energy. So they will be capable of disposing any duties at their service successfully. So they could actually, that will be auspicious time for them to give some interviews and look for job change also, if they are looking for a job change. And for for Virgo, this conjunction would be happening in their 9th house. So 9th house is gurus, higher learning, spirituality, father, and change in life for a good reason. So these actual areas would be affected by this Rahu and Mars conjunction, which is Angarak Yoga. So they need to make sure that they don't fight with their father, they are not harsh with fatherly people, or godly, guru kind of people. And if they have any travel plans, better to postpone. If they are looking for change, so I say, they have to take a pause unless and until this conjunction gets over. After that, they could look for any change in their job. They could rather concentrate on spiritual side of life, do some meditation which would help them and grab some positive energy. For Libra, this conjunction, this will be happening in the 8th house. So usually Mars in 8th house, he won't do well because Mars is, as I mentioned, is courage, initiation, and he's a commander. So 8th house is a house of hidden things. So if a commander gets into a hidden area, what would happen? So he won't be comfortable actually. So Mars along with Rahu in their 8th house, so they have to be careful about their hidden enemies. That is one thing. So if they have any addictions, so they need to make sure they don't spoil their health because of addictions. And the marital life, it may not go smooth because of this conjunction, because Malefics in 8th house, they would create problems in relationships, especially in the marital life. For Scorpions, yes, this conjunction would be again happening in their 7th house, which is one of the prominent kendras. So make sure that you don't fight with your partner, spouse, and this is the time when you feel like breaking things, breaking your relationships. So cool down and calm down yourself during this time, because this energy is an intensifying energy happening in the 7th house. And keep a tab on your health also, because this would make you feel exhausted, because both aspect of your moon sign. For Sagittarius, this conjunction will be very auspicious because this will be happening in 6th house. So it promises prominent health, fight against enemies, and they would get opportunities at service, a good time for them for job change, for a initiation of any new ventures. And for Capricorn, this conjunction would be happening in the 5th house. 5th house is a house of mind. So they get violent, they get very harsh in their thoughts. So they have to make sure, their thoughts actually they are not converted to the actions. And also they have to take care of their children in a cordial way, in a smooth way. They should not be harsh at their children, because 5th house is a house of children. And also Rahu in 5th house along with Mars, they develop tendencies towards gambling. So they have to make sure they understand this energy and take necessary precautions. And for women, this conjunction is not good for children, for pregnancy, and also it may lead to miscarriage. So if anybody like in planning for children, so I better suggest them to postpone. And it may create some health issues with respect to menstrual cycle for women. So for Capricorn born women, so this is a bit tough time for them, this 15 days time from end of March 28 to April 15, 16, 2021. For Aquarius, this conjunction would be happening in the 4th house, which is 4th house is the house of home, mother, and pleasures at home, vehicles, education. So these areas would be impacted because of this conjunction. So usually what happens is like the Malefic conjunction like Mars and Rahu happening in the 4th house means these people, they don't respect elderly women. Their relationships with their mother won't be good. They always end up with heated up arguments. They get harsh with motherly kind of personalities, and they feel lack of peace at home, because 4th house is also peace. And if they are looking for any competitive appear for any competitive exams, then this is the good time for them to focus on their studies for students. And related to vehicles and vehicle driving, so they have to make sure they understand this energy and take extra precautions when they drive. For Pisces, so this would be again very auspicious conjunction happening in the third house. So their initiation, because of their initiation and efforts, they would be able to achieve anything. They will be successful because of their effort and initiation. Because third house is house of younger siblings, so that's the area that gets into limelight. And that will be good time for Pisces people to invest, buy any home or vehicles, and look for any job change. So friends, this is my analysis about this Rahu Mars conjunction, which is called Angarak Yoga. If you like my video, please click on like button and also subscribe to my video. Thank you very much.